Hey everybody, welcome to the Spirit-Filled Podcast, our inaugural episode. I'm Zach.
And I'm Ryan, and we're coming to you from the Bourbon Basement in Morgantown, West Virginia. Zach, what are we getting into today?
For the first episode, we're going with Penelope Cigar Session.
Nice. Let's get into it.
So thanks again for joining us for our very first episode of Spirit Filled. We're really excited to be here with y'all. We've been a little bit present on social media. Ryan's done a great job with an Instagram and getting some stuff started. And we're just really into the world of bourbon and whiskey and figuring it out as we go and learning as we go. And sharing it is really the best part. And
Yeah,
that's why
sharing
we're here.
it's what it's all about. Sharing with you from the beginner whiskey drinker to the expert. We just want to share our opinions, our thoughts on some of the products that come out, what we feel about them, what we're excited about that's up and coming. And Zach, how did we come up with the name?
So, I am actually an ordained minister in the Presbyterian Church USA. I pastor a congregation here in Morgantown, West Virginia, where we both live. We both went to school here. But Ryan asked me if I had ever thought about maybe getting in and trying something online with whiskey and bourbon, because we're both pretty into it. And, well, being an ordained minister, I said, I already have an idea for a name. Let's call it Spirit Filled. So
Yeah.
It's a nice riff off of
It really is.
But don't worry, no sermons, no sermonizing here in this. I don't have time to prep for any more sermons
no religion,
anyhow.
no politics.
None of that.
Maybe a little history, a little Appalachian culture, maybe a little sports, but definitely some whiskey, and maybe a couple other spirits mixed in there too along the way.
Yeah, and we're proud to be from West Virginia. We love it here. You were born and raised here.
Born and raised.
I was transplant. I was born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That technically qualifies as Appalachia. But I'm a transplant. They've welcomed me as a West Virginian. I've lived here for the last 7.5 years now. And so we want to highlight what the bourbon and whiskey experience is and the culture is here in good old West Virginia.
So Penelope. Penelope was one of those brands I saw on the shelves for a number of years. I didn't really think much about it, but now I think a lot about it. And of course, it was started probably about 7-8 years ago by a husband and wife duo, Mike and Carrie Palladini. And over maybe a year or two ago, they were acquired by MGP, who of course they were sourcing their juice from. But it's really become one of the best non-distillery producers, I think, as of late. They come out with a lot of finishes, a lot of what they call their Cooper series, which this is a part of, and I'm just really excited about it.
Yeah, so Penelope, when I first got into bourbon a few years back, probably 3 or 4 years ago, it was one of those bottles that has the pretty factor, right?
It does.
And for some folks, like, the pretty factor means like you're going to buy it, and for other people, it makes you automatically skeptical. And I was definitely one of the ones that was automatically skeptical.
They have, the
about
pretty
it.
etched glasses, the pretty labels.
But this one is right up there with their best because it's a gorgeous bottle. And for a while, I confess, I didn't realize that it's meant to look like a cigar label on an actual cigar.
I didn't realize that
Kudos,
either.
Penelope.
Yeah.
You got
Good
that
job.
one past me, at least, but it was gorgeous nonetheless.
Right. And so Penelope, of course, you'll see across the country, I think it's distributed, and they have their core series, which is like their 4-grain, their Architect, the Toasted, the Rye, and then of course they have the Havana, the Rio, all the riffs on that, which have been pretty good. And so today, let's crack open this cigar batch and see what we think.
Indeed, let's crack it open. So what I'm really interested about this particular bottle with Penelope is it's a blend between a bourbon and a single malt and an American light whiskey. I'm not familiar with another blend, let alone a cigar blend that takes that angle. usually there's a lot of finishes, a lot of sweetness on a cigar blend, right? It's meant to be paired with a cigar, not give you the like smoky, leathery taste of a
I mean,
cigar.
it's supposed to stand up to the cigarette cigar smoke.
Yeah.
And I think there's no age statement on the bottle, but I believe it's at least 6 years and 101 proof.
Yeah, and Lord knows they have a great stock of American light whiskey, because earlier this year I found a bottle of that American light whiskey and it is fantastic. Hopefully we'll review that at some point in the future. But if that kind of stuff is in here, that makes me very excited about this bottle. What do you think, Ryan? What are you going in for?
I mean, sweet on the nose, pretty complex.
Yeah, but I like the soft oak that kind of comes through, and almost like cherryness. Is cherryness a word? It is now.
Why not?
But it's great. I guess you got to have a strong nose to cut through the cigar smoke. Okay. It's better. I like the nose a lot, but it's better on the palate.
It really is.
Not to take anything away, but palate's where it's at on this.
To me, it drinks a little higher than 101. I guess it's just the more complexities than something that's typically 101.
Yeah. I like that you get just a touch of the malt. So if you're someone that's not into single malt, and I haven't drank a lot of single malt, I'm starting to like it a little bit. I have a friend who's into Irish whiskey. He's been trying to get me more into it. Recently had a New Riff single malt that I really liked, but I'm not quite there yet. So I really like that it's got just that little like chocolatey, grainy touch that kind of grounds the whole thing.
It's not really overpowering.
No, not at all.
I mean, great finish. It's still lingering.
I feel like this would be really perfect for somebody who's been maybe into bourbon for a little bit, but hasn't ventured super far outside of just the bourbon category. Or if rye is even like a step too far for you. Looking at you.
Not a rye guy.
Yeah. This is a really nice way to wade your toes and maybe your ankles up to maybe mid-calf into the outside of the bourbon pool.
I would agree. And I tend to like my juices a little thicker on the palate, the viscosity.
Viscosity,
this is kind of in that middle range, it's not thin, not thick.
Yeah. Yes, it is, but it's got a really nice finish. Hangs around, which is what you like. I imagine pairing it with a cigar, that's very important. But I'm a big fan of this. I'm getting more of the like candied cherry the longer that we're drinking this.
Yeah, definitely some like sweet stone fruit kind of undertones there.
Yeah, and almost like an oaky cereal kind of note to it, which is nice. I'd be curious to hear from folks out there how available this was in your area. We're in West Virginia, which is a smaller market.
Yes.
We are not known for having a lot of access.
Yeah.
And even though we're in Morgantown, which is a bigger city in West Virginia, it's still a challenge. But we saw it here, but true confessions, this dropped pretty widely in Pennsylvania, which we're not very far from the Pennsylvania border, and I'm from there, so I can usually get stuff in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, a great liquor. Well, I wouldn't call it great. A pretty good liquor store is in Uniontown, which is, and if anybody doesn't know about Pennsylvania, it's all state controlled, basically.
Yeah.
It's all fine wine and good spirit stores, and
prices are the same.
Yep. And there's you can check online inventory, which is nice. It's something you don't see in West Virginia at all.
Yeah, we have the worst of both worlds.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And I hope no one from the ABCA is watching, but
I hope they are. Let's talk.
Yeah, but we do have a Pennsylvania liquor store that's 20 minutes up the road.
Yeah.
So it comes in handy sometimes.
Yeah. I have a feeling like folks, it's interesting to me to talk to folks who live like on borders of states and find out like where they go, what their strategy is like in different states. Like here we have West Virginia, It takes one strategy. Pennsylvania is a whole different strategy. And Maryland is, which we're not far from the panhandle of Maryland. That's a completely different world too. So like you have a different strategy in different states.
Strategy in West Virginia is basically just go everywhere.
Outside the state.
Yeah, or just go everywhere and hope you get lucky. All right, Zach. So, what are your thoughts?
So we're gonna do a communion wafer ranking out of 5.
I like it.
How many communion wafers out of 5 are you gonna give it? We're gonna do a couple different categories here on Spirit Filled. We're gonna do nose out of 5, palate out of 5. We're gonna do finish, and then we're gonna do like an overall. Where do you think on the scale? With like 3 being like definitely get it right, like 4 being get a backup. 5 being like, this is tremendous, buy as many.
Buy as many, yeah. And
Go crazy.
2, try it. Maybe,
Try it, yeah. Try it. Try it before you buy it, probably. And 1 is like,
stay away from it.
Maybe not.
So on the nose, nose is probably the weakest thing in my opinion.
Yeah,
on
but
this bottle.
it's not that weak.
No, not at all.
I mean, I'm gonna. You go first. Where are you putting it out of 5?
3, 3.5 in that range.
I agree. I'll go with the 3 communion wafers out of 5 for the nose. Solid, above average. Good. Then on the palate, what do you think about the palate?
I mean, solid 4 on the palate.
4 is good. I like how unique it is on the palate, that it's got like those layers from the different elements of the blend. So I'm going to jump over you just slightly. Go 4.1 communion wafers out of 5, or 4 communion wafers in a tiny grape juice cup. We'll add that to the mix.
Really?
I think the palate is the strongest part of this particular bottle.
I'd agree. On the finish, I'd still be in the upper 3s, low 4s, 3.75 to 4.2. But I agree. The palate's probably the best part about this bottle.
I like it. Almost has like a honey oak kind of thing that builds up at the end on the finish, and the finish lasts decently long. So
it's funny you say that. I'm getting that right now.
3.75 wafers out of 4 for me. Getting very technical. Like
overall, I think it's just a tad under 4. You know what I mean? Just a touch under 4.
I'm in total agreement. It's definitely a way above average bottle, especially if you factor in the value on it, because MSRP is around $80. So I feel like anywhere between that $80 and $100 range, you're safe. You're going to enjoy it. You're not going to feel like you overpaid for it. If you push higher than that, you're in purgatory a little bit. You're probably
not worth $200 a bottle, which some online retailers are asking.
Yeah, and again, like it's really unique, so I wouldn't go crazy paying for it if you haven't had much outside the bourbon world yet, and you like the sweeter stuff, because this goes outside just sweet. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I feel like this is a great one if you're trying to get just outside of the bourbon realm, right? Like it definitely is.
You know, and the cigar batches, the cigar theme, it's big right now. Basically, everybody's doing it. I think Penelope did a great job with theirs.
It's a unique take on it. I give them credit for that. It's great.
I would buy again.
They must have access to a lot of options now that they're
some of the best. All right, well, we appreciate you sticking around and joining us for our inaugural episode of Spirit Filled, where we reviewed Penelope Cigar Session #1. Solid bottle. Really enjoyed it. And we hope you'll join us again, as we got a lot of great ideas coming down the pipeline. So I hope you'll check those out again. And until we gather again,
we'll be with you in spirit.
Cheers.